Hi, readers. Back again. Today we're going to be talking about genres, and genre is just a fancy word to say the type of book you're reading. There's a few different genres, but we're going to focus on the two main ones, which is fiction and nonfiction. So I'm going to go over, this is going to be posted under the assignment so you can refer to it and just some ideas about what fiction is. So one of the main things you got to know about fiction is it's the purpose. And the purpose of fiction is to entertain. And a lot of things you see in fiction, you usually read to enjoy. And it says not a real story. That means that it's made up, even though there could be real things like people in it and things that can really happen. It's an order. It has the beginning, middle, and end. It has story elements like characters, setting, problem, and solution. There might be dialogue where characters talk to each other, and they often teach you a lesson or a theme or moral, and they may have illustrations. With nonfiction, there's a different purpose, and the purpose for nonfiction is to inform, or you learn from this. So we read to learn in nonfiction. There's a lot of real facts, and you don't always have to read the books in order. You can kind of skip around. You can learn about, if you're learning about a plant, you might learn about first how the plant gets its food, but then you can go all the way to the end about what are the parts of the plant. It doesn't have to necessarily be in order. They include text features. You'll see a lot of this in some of the books that you'll find on Mayan and in your book baggies, which I'm not going to read them all to you, but you can just look at this. And they may have illustrations or photographs. So a lot of nonfiction has photographs, but there also can be illustrations in nonfiction. Now I'm going to pull up a book, and I'm going to talk about how I decide whether it's fiction, a story to entertain, or nonfiction, a book or a text that teaches. So I'm going to exit out of this real quick, and I'm going to pull up my Mayan. And this is a book that we read earlier in the week, so I'm not really going to read it, but I just want to look at it and kind of preview it and look at the pictures on the cover and go back to that things that are included in fiction and nonfiction and decide what genre this is. So I see Tucker Bean in the kitchen. There's illustrations. That doesn't tell me necessarily if it's fiction or nonfiction because both can have illustrations. But I do notice that there's a dog cooking burgers. And when I look at this, I remember there's characters, there's a setting, because we used this book earlier in the week to talk about setting. And there's also beginning, middle, and end, because I used this before too. There's what happens in the beginning, middle, and end with Tucker Bean in the kitchen. Oh, wow. And I remember that this author had Tucker Bean playing with dog friends, and then he also cooked. So it seems like the author's purpose in this book is to entertain me. So I would say this book is fiction. I'm going to show you another book, and I'm going to need your help to decide whether this book is fiction or nonfiction. Let me just exit. I'm going to search. Let me read this. So this book is called The Sun. It's by Martha E.H. Rusted. There's photographs in this book. And so already it makes me think that it possibly could be nonfiction because of the photographs. But just because there's a photograph doesn't mean it's definitely nonfiction, so I want to read a little bit of it. About the sun. The sun shines. Feel its heat. See its light. Wow, another photograph. Oh, and this thing at the top, this is one of my text features. It's a heading. Let me keep reading. What is the sun? A star. Stars are balls of burning gases. Wow. I am already learning from this text, and I found out that I knew the sun was a star, but I didn't realize that stars are balls of burning gases. This makes me think that this book could possibly be a nonfiction book because it has photographs. It's teaching me about new things. I wonder if the sun's place, another heading. Oh, and we have more text features, captions on pictures. Or labels. Wow, labels. I know we used them when we wrote our nonfiction book. I think it's safe to say that now I know this book is nonfiction. So the reason why readers need to know about genre is it helps them understand the text going into it. When I see a book and I know it's nonfiction like this book, I need to put my scientist brain on and know that I'm reading to learn new facts about the sun. When I read Tucker Bean in the kitchen, I put on a different hat and I'm thinking about I'm having fun reading this book, and maybe I'm going to learn a lesson from Tucker Bean. I might laugh, and I'm going to get to know characters better. So, readers, when you read, it's important to think about genre. I'm going to pull this up one more time. And what we're focusing on today is fiction and nonfiction. You're going to see that I'm going to show you two different pages of a text, and you're going to decide whether you think one text is fiction or nonfiction and another text if it's fiction or nonfiction. Let me show you those texts. Now, readers, I'm just going to show you these pages because I want you to do the work on your own and read these pages on your own. But this is a page from Katie Wu and Goodbye to Goldie. So I put a link to where you can read this book, the whole book on your own. But I just want you to take a snapshot and look at this page and think, would this book be a fiction book? Is the author's purpose to entertain us? Does it have characters, setting, plot, setting and plot, or what happens in a story? Or is this a nonfiction book? Is it so we can learn facts and new information? Does it have and teach us new things? Because that would be the purpose of nonfiction. I'm going to show you one more book that you're going to be looking at and writing and telling us if it's fiction or nonfiction. So this is a book called Pet Dogs Up Close. So again, you're going to be looking at this page and reading it. You can also follow the link on my end and read the whole book and deciding what's your purpose for reading this. Is it a nonfiction or fiction book? Remember, fiction, entertain, nonfiction, to learn from. All right, readers, I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. And remember, always think about genre. Genre is a type of book, and it's going to help you understand what you're reading and go in with a purpose. So after you're done answering and telling us what type of books these are, please go choose a book of the genre of your choice and read to either to entertain yourself or to learn more information. Okay, readers, see you soon.